Hey guys, what's up? It is Sam Cook, and I'm so excited to have Sammi Taibi on my show today. She's from Peak Trilogy Performance, and she's going to be chatting to me today about mind, body, soul, help you lose inches if that's something you're interested in, or perhaps you just want to figure out how to move forward with your life. Maybe you're in a bit of a depression, you just don't know that next step to take. This woman is so full of positivity, and she is going to help you out of that rut with some great tips and advice. I'm so excited to chat with you.
So excited about this. Thank you.
All this and more on Sam Cook Live.
5, 4,
3,
2, 1. Here we go.
This is Sam Cook Live.
All right. Are you ready?
I am ready.
I am ready too, and I'm so excited. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 Sams for the price of 1. This is Sammi Taibi.
So happy to be here. I'm so grateful. Thank you for having me.
I am so excited. I always call you Sammi Taibi. That's why I hesitated with the Taibi, but it is Taibi.
You got it, girl.
Yeah,
She's been practicing.
I have been practicing. I want to make sure I get it right. Now, listen. You are so many things. You are such a positive person. You are so inspirational. And
Thank you.
As soon as I realized I'm doing this Sam Cook Live podcast, I thought you have got to be one of my guests. So I'm so glad that you're here.
Aw, you're the best.
Now,
Thank you.
I need to ask you, you live every day, or so it seems on social media, but I know you personally, so I know that you are this way, that you live almost with like your mind, your body, your soul, and you live kind of by living through your mind, body, soul.
Yeah, I try my best to have a positive outlook on life. I'm human. I'll have my days where I'm sad, and it's important that if you're feeling down or sad, that you allow yourself to feel that way, let those emotions surface, but that you let them go and you rise above and you try to move forward with a positive outlook and just be mindful of your thoughts. And yeah,
it's hard to do that though.
It is. It can be really challenging, especially with social media having this perception of perfection, and it's really not true. Everyone goes through failures, upsets, not so good days or amazing days, and it's not easy, but the only thing that you have control of is how you are going to conquer your day, or how you're going to allow things affect you and allow situations control your life.
But how do you, when you're in a bad mood, and I ask a lot of people who talk about, being positive, and how do you, when you're in that space and you're just having a horrible day and you don't want to get out of bed, what motivates you to get out of bed? And I have a follow-up question to that too, is you are very, you work out a lot. And for me, I don't ever want to go to the gym. So what motivates you to do that as well? So it's kind of a 2-part question.
I actually recently posted about this. I believe I posted about it, or maybe I just spoke about it to someone. But having your why is really, really important. And it can be, someone can think of, oh, I have my why. I just want to be healthy, or I need to get to work. That's great, but you need to have a deep-rooted why. So, for example, if it's to get healthy, why do you want to be healthy? Is it so that you can be the best version of yourself? Is it so that you can be the best wife or future mother, or you can see your cousins grow up if they're younger than you, your children grow up. What is your why? And you have to use that as your drive every single day. And for me personally, my why is I put myself out there to the world that I am this fitness trainer and that I'm positive. And if I'm not living by that, I don't feel fulfilled myself. So if I'm having a bad day, it happens. But if I'm not pushing myself and elevating myself to be that person and to go to the gym and reach my health goals and be that advocate for people, then I'll never feel fully fulfilled.
That has got to be the best answer I've ever heard. Because I ask people, like, when you're sad and depressed or something's bothering you, how? And a lot of people don't have that how answer, and how to kind of get out of it. And that makes sense to me. Have a why. Have a reason why.
You have to have a why.
Wow, that
very
really makes
important.
sense. That really makes sense. And so let's move to the gym part. Yeah, bam, she nailed it. Nailed it.
Check. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
But okay, so when you are going to the gym, so you are a personal trainer, you have your own company, and it's called Peak Trilogy Performance.
Yes. Peak Trilogy Performance.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about that a little bit as well, and how people can basically sign up for your program, which is unbelievable. I've done it myself, so we'll talk about that as well. But going to the gym every day, for someone like me who will go to the gym, then stop, then go to the gym, then stop, or maybe not even go at all, which is the case most of the time, because I think, well, why bother? It's not going to make me thinner. Or so how do you get yourself up and out the door every day? Because every time I talk to you, you're there.
Honestly, I'm human, so there have been moments where I didn't go to the gym for maybe a week, or there was a span one time in my life I didn't go for almost 3 months. And it's a matter of accepting that, you know what I mean? You're not always going to be motivated to go, and it's okay. You just have to pick up the pieces and be like, all right, I got this. It's time to move forward. I'm going to the gym this week, or I'm exercising at home, whatever it is that you do. And that you just, when you're there, you have to have small attainable goals as well. So if you just have a big goal, that's fantastic. But if you just make it into smaller bite-sized pieces and you slowly attain your goals, like I'm going to go to the gym 3 times this week, and you go. You may not have the best workout every time you go. At least you went, and you'll never, ever regret going. That's one thing I've learned.
Yeah.
Where sometimes you're really dragging your feet to go and you really don't want to go. Like this week, I pushed myself and made a goal to go to the gym before work. So I woke up at 5:30.
Wow.
I never do that. I did it. I only did it twice. And then we had a couple snowstorms.
Yeah.
But I did it. And the first day I was like, all right, I got this, like super inspired to go. That always happens when you're first starting a journey or a new goal. You're like, all right, I got this. This is going to be awesome. And I had a great workout. The second day was a different story. It was hard to wake up and I really didn't want to go, but I went, and I'm just proud of myself that I did it. So I personally like to go to the gym 5 days a week, and that's me. But everyone's different. If you go at least 3 times, or you exercise 3 times, that's amazing. And if you do stuff at home or you do stuff at the gym, at least you're exercising. It's better than doing nothing at all.
And I think that's my problem is I have problems getting myself out the door. So for someone like me who I know I need to go, and I was one of those people that said, okay, new year, new me, and I'm going to go to the gym. What's attainable? 2 a week is good for me. And I haven't gone once yet. And it's, February, March. So what advice do you have for me or someone out there who says, I just can't? So give me, okay, let me make it even more clear. What would you tell me to do when I first go to the gym?
So it can be very challenging, and there's a word I'm trying to think of, and I just drew a blank. Intimidating.
Yes, that is the word. That is what it is for me.
It can be very, very intimidating because you're like, okay, I'm here. Where do I go? What do I do? What does this machine do? Or that person looks like that they know what they're doing. I have no idea how to do that.
That's me. That's me totally.
What's really great is online resources. There's so much out there that's free. And you can look for yourself on YouTube or on Instagram or on Facebook of people posting exercises. I personally do that myself, where I'll post my workout of the day, for example. That way people can see how to do an exercise. And there's so if you were to be at your house and you organize or you research how to do certain exercises, you can kind of create your own. Like, okay, I'll do these arm exercises today and work on my biceps, and I'll do these ab exercises tomorrow. And then you slowly build your confidence. As a beginner, you'll build your confidence. It's going to suck sometimes. You're going to be super intimidated, or you're going to think people are staring at you. Who cares? If they're judging you, that's their problem to deal with, and everyone is there to better themselves at the end of the day.
True.
So, and it's a journey. a learning journey. I was never a pro when I first started, and now I feel super confident in the gym. And I posted a video today on how intimidation can be at the gym, but I posted a video of me kind of being off balance and not fully doing my reps properly. And because it's even if you're really good at what you do, you're going to have some struggles, or you're going to trip and fall. Like one time I literally missed the step on a machine. It was a pull-up machine, and rather than just slowly putting myself down, I missed the step and I tumbled and fell right on my face.
See, I've done that too. You know, there's like a block, and you stand up and then down. So you go step, 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 step. And I went up, and I could feel myself I was like, I'm really tired. And I kept going, and I got up there, and my ankle went, and I fell right backwards. And of course, everybody stops, looks at you, and I'm like, I'm not doing this again. So I always have an excuse, and I was like, I'm never going back. And I don't even know if I did, but
it's embarrassing at the moment, but it's like, okay, whatever. Just get back up and continue.
I have to tell you this story too, is I tried yoga. So I've tried yoga a lot of times throughout my life, and it's just, it's not for me, but I tried it. So the latest time I tried it was probably last year. And I went, and they got you in this squat position, and the teacher was going around going, nope, you're not low enough. And I was like, okay. So I'm like squatting down. I'm like, oh my goodness. And I was trying to balance. And so the teacher came and kind of like pushed me a little bit forward, because I was kind of back a little bit. And of course I could feel myself doing this. And I went, and I fell right back into the girl behind me, who fell into the girl behind her.
Oh, no.
And everybody was just like, ah! So, and of course everyone's trying to be calm in yoga, and there's me just like causing a massive scene. So needless to say, I have not gone back to yoga since then, because I'm that cool. Yoga is not for me, but I know.
I would love to see that. It's a movie scene right there.
It totally was. And I actually felt like I was in a movie. Right.
And all of a sudden,
it was so embarrassing. But, you know, I have this quote here that I saw in one of your postings, and I wanted to kind of bring it up. You said, I get asked all the time how I manage to stay happy, positive, and motivated to stay fit and healthy. Mm-hmm. So I get asked all the time how I manage to stay happy, positive, and motivated to stay fit and healthy. And your answer is what to that?
My answer is, I'm not 100,000% always happy and always motivated. I have, like I mentioned already, I have my days where I'm feeling sad, or I'm feeling not motivated to go to the gym and not work out, or it's not a picture perfect scenario. It's not realistic. Maybe like there's that odd percent that is always on the go and killing it, but as a overall, it's not picture perfect. Like, I'm not always happy and not always smiling about everything, and that's okay. You just have to learn to, like I mentioned earlier, just let those feelings or emotions arise, and then you move on from it, because it's easy to allow the unmotivated self have a domino effect and be like, I didn't go to the gym yesterday, so I'm not going to go today. Or I didn't eat healthy today or yesterday, so I'm just going to continue eating like crap for the next
and that's what I do.
4 days.
And I'm sure a lot of people do that as well.
Yeah, and everyone goes through that, but and that's okay too, because then you have this scenario where you start to feel down about yourself. You have guilt, you have blame, and it's a continuous spiral. And you go down this road and where you just feel like crap about yourself. And you have to try to learn that it's all in balance. So I kind of like took your question. Now I'm gearing it more towards this way, but for example, let's just say you've been eating junk food for the last 3 days, or eating out, having French fries, burgers every day. That's okay. You know, just try your best to have a balanced meal, a balanced diet. I don't like to use the word diet, because
I know what you mean.
It can be, there's just so much conflict with dieting and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But I find if you have balance in your life, and it's with food, it's with your soul, it's with everything, you have to have balance. So if you are not happy one day, you ate like crap, that's okay. Next day, all right, let's move on.
Try.
I'm going to go for a walk today. I'm going to have a healthy breakfast and start my day right and just try to move forward.
So food is important.
Food is super important. If you are feeling tired, if your digestive system seems off, if you're breaking out and you usually never do, it's important to have a look at what you're eating, because that could be a really, really clear indication of how you're going to feel.
Right.
So eating, even with, your goals, if you want to lose fat or get muscle, whatever it is, your eating is 80% of it. 80% of what you eat is going to show your progress, basically. So if you're exercising at the gym every day, but yet you leave and you eat McDonald's, you're getting nowhere.
Yeah, that's me too. And, and I do believe food, because I heard people say food is 80%. And I remember there was a time where it's kind of that spiral where, I would start going to the gym, work would get in the way, I would get really tired, so I would not want to come home and cook for myself, so I'd eat fast food. And then I'd wake up the next morning. I would try to go to the gym. I was too tired to go to the gym because I ate crap food last night. And then I would go to work and I'd be stressed out. And then I'd come home and I'd get fast food again. And it was a cycle. And I had to stop it. So I remember I did something, and I'm starting it again, actually. It's no burgers, no bread, no pasta, no burgers, no fries, no pop. And I did that religiously. And what I would do, and you're probably going to go, that's not good, but I actually did it. And what I would do is I would get these, at Costco, they have these blueberry covered chocolates.
Oh, yeah.
They're Brooksides, I think.
Yes, I know exactly what
So
you're talking
I would
about.
put 10 in a little tiny Tupperware like this. And every day, if I did no bread, no pasta, no burgers, no fries, no pop, I would get a treat of 10 candies. I almost feel like crying because I'm so embarrassed to say it.
Don't.
But I would treat myself. And I ate 10 blueberry candies every day for 3 months straight. And I was like, I'm not losing weight. I'm eating all these candies. I stepped on the scale and I lost 25 pounds. And
That's amazing.
I did eat 10 candies. So I probably could have lost more.
It's the reward effect, though, right?
I think so. So I guess if somebody else wants to try, and it worked for me, the no bread. So it was I would have fruit for breakfast with flaxseed on it and
That's
some
amazing.
lemon. And then for lunch, I would have a salad. Bleh. And then for dinner, I would have chicken and quinoa. And people may say, oh, that's a grain. But I would eat quinoa and I would eat rice. But I just wouldn't have an actual bread or actual pasta. But I allowed myself the quinoa and the rice. And I felt by doing that, I feel like I was still getting a little bit of carbs that I needed.
Yeah, definitely.
And it worked for my body. So not every body is the same.
Is
that true?
That's very, very true. That's why there's so much conflicting information out there when it comes to diets and food. Some people say you can't have fruit, or fruit's got too much sugar, or you shouldn't have bread, or you should have this, you should have a high fat diet. It honestly, it's all tailored to you as an individual. Yeah. I've tried keto, and kudos to everyone who can do it, and it works for some people. I did it. It doesn't work for me. I love my carbs.
Yeah.
I'm Italian, and I grew up on pastas and breads. If there's bread at a table, I want a slice of that whole wheat bread. I usually go for the whole wheat. And that just having low carbs doesn't work for me, but it works wonders for other people. So it's a matter of finding what works best for you.
Right.
That to me is what I believe, and I've researched a lot about it, and different things work for different people.
Right.
So if you have a reward system, that's amazing. That's
my candy.
There's nothing wrong with that. I think that's amazing. That's wonderful, and it's worked for you, and
it did.
You had evidence. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it took a while to it took 3 months. And that was
Were you exercising?
No.
So it would have
it would have been
sped up the process for sure.
Yeah.
If you were exercising.
But I was really, really sick at that time, and I just could not exercise. I couldn't
It goes to show, though, what you're eating is huge.
Yeah. Now, walking my dog was my exercise. So I would walk the dog and back. And that, at that time, that was a huge deal. Like if I could go up to the street and walk my dog and come back, that was a big deal. And by doing that, I've actually kept the weight off. So now I'm going round 2 and I'm trying again. So went to Costco yesterday, bought my candies. I have my containers, and the fridge is stocked. So now I want to at least try to go to the gym too to help it along. But we'll see. And now the why that you mentioned, because that makes sense to me. Now I'm going to go and I'm going to sit down and figure out my why first. And I think it must be hard to go, I'm just going to start eating better today without a why. There's no reason.
And you have to do it because it feels good, not because you think you have to do it. If you're doing it for that aspect because you have to, you're going to fall out of it versus I love how this makes me feel.
Right.
And it's all, like I said, it's all in balance. So as long as you're eating mainly wholesome foods and you're exercising, drinking your water,
I
which we all know.
I
and
love my water.
I fail to drink enough sometimes. But if you're doing all that, then why not have your chocolate covered blueberries? Obviously in moderation. Don't have like a huge bag full in one sitting, even though that could probably happen sometimes.
They're so good.
But it's balance and it's nourishing your soul. You enjoy it. Or if you're out to dinner with family and you're staring at that popcorn shrimp or calamari or something like the deep fried stuff or stuff that you really shouldn't have or because you have goals you want to achieve, and who cares? It's about enjoying that experience through that meal with the person,
right, with
the people you love and care about, and just nourishing what's inside versus I have to achieve this and this is only what I can do. And then you leave, or even like Thanksgiving dinners or Christmas dinners, have a cookie or have a piece of pie or whatever it is. And that's it. I don't have the whole pie. But
really?
It's tempting.
Boo, yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you about this. I don't know if you know much about SodaStream. Do you know about SodaStream?
No.
So it's basically water you put into this container, and you make your own, I call it bubble water, your own sparkling water. And this, for me, so if you have a SodaStream, you can actually make sparkling water in your house at home. And they sell these machines at like Bed Bath & Beyond and Canadian Tire. And so it is sparkling water. You can see the bubbles in it. And I usually take one of these and I'll put some lemon juice or some lime juice a little bit in there. And this is what has stopped me from drinking pop for, it'll be, I think 2 years in February. Oh, maybe a year this February.
That's amazing.
But some people say, oh, nope, that's not good enough. Nope, you can't drink sparkling water. It's not good because there's like fizz in it. It's the same as pop. But for me, I haven't drank not one thing of pop. No, I have drank a little tiny bit of orange juice, but this is all I drink every day, all day. And is this bad for me?
It's definitely not bad for you. It's way better than pop. It doesn't have all the added sugars into it, or the aspartame if you're having diet pop.
Right.
That's actually worse in a sense because of the aspartame in it. I've been guilty of drinking that because I'm like, I don't want the sugars, so I'll have the diet pop, and then regardless, not good for you. But soda water is a really, really, really good substitute.
Okay.
It's not good, though, to have it in such huge quantities.
Okay. As I have this big, large, massive mammoth.
It's better, though, than pop, right? Juice.
True.
Juice isn't good because it doesn't have the fiber included in it most of the time.
But, sorry, say that again?
So when you're fruit has a lot of fiber in it. So what fiber does is it slows down the absorption of sugars inside of.
So when you say
fruit juice, so if you buy orange juice,
but it's not bad.
It's not good.
Okay, it's not good. Okay, I thought you were saying it was good. I was like, okay,
and it doesn't include the fiber usually within it, unless you're getting probably an organic, fresh pressed kind of a thing. It doesn't have all the additives, but I love soda water, especially if for those who do intermittent fasting. What that is you have a time frame of when you're allowed to eat. So you fast for a certain amount of hours, and you have a window of eating, and then you can eat all your calories within the 6 hours that you have, for example. And I tried that. Personally, I love my food. I love my breakfast and my snacks and everything. So it didn't work for me. But what it would help me is soda water, because it helps. Or if you're craving and you think you're hungry, a lot of times you're actually thirsty. And if you're craving stuff, I find soda water helps with that so much.
Yeah.
I love it. And you can get, like you said, you have lemon. There's lemon, there's lime, there's
you can
orange.
put flavors
there's so
in it.
many flavors. I have a lime one at home. It's bubbly. I don't know if you've tried bubbly before. Soda water.
It's called bubbly?
Yeah.
No, I have.
Bubbly.
Oh, was that the commercial that Michael Bublé was in for
Yes.
the Super Bowl, and he was crossing it out and putting Bublé?
Yes, I think that was the one. That was good.
No, I haven't tried it, but I want to.
It's good. It was really good. So yeah, that's perfect. Perfect substitute. And I'm proud of you. That's amazing.
Thanks.
See? Little goals. And that's the thing too. If you give yourself too much, I just hit my mic.
Oh, it's all good.
If you just give yourself, I'm Italian, I talk with my hands.
Hey.
If you give yourself, if you're a beginner, or even for me, if I try to achieve so much in one time, like, all right, I'm going to the gym every single day. I'm going to eat healthy, like clean, nothing bad. I'm going to do this, that, and the other. That's a lot to do at once. If you, especially as a beginner, if you just, all right, I'm going to start off by cutting out X, Y, and Z. Maybe it's pop. Start with that.
So small goals.
Small goals. And then that'll eventually lead up to other things, because it can be overwhelming to try to do everything all at once.
Yeah.
So, and I, for example, I love meditating and doing a lot of self-care for myself, journaling, yoga. And I try to do challenges for myself where I'll do all those things in one day. And it happens for like a week. And then I kind of slack and it doesn't continue.
Like all of us.
Yeah. So, but for other people, they can do it. But for me, for some reason, if I just like, I have to do this, and this every single day, maybe eventually if I just keep pushing myself, it'll turn into a habit and I'll do it. But for some reason, when I line up so much to attain in a day,
It's hard.
It's hard for me.
Yeah.
And it's hard for a lot of people. So it's just small, measurable goals, and progress equals happiness. So that's all it's about.
You mentioned journaling. Is journaling a thing?
Yeah. So I get off and on with it. I'll do it for a little while, then I'll stop. But journaling is actually great. I did this exercise for a little while where I did journaling first thing when I woke up, and I would write in my journal and nonstop, just the thoughts of anything that comes to my mind. I wrote it out. I would do at least 2 pages. And it actually really helps get all this mental stuff that's going on in your brain down on paper, and you feel like a sense of release and clarity. And I also love looking back. Like, I personally like journaling. I used to, when I was a girl, have a diary. I'm sure we all did.
Yeah.
And I used to enjoy keeping a diary and just journaling of my life. And I've accumulated all these pages now. And looking back and reading things that's been going on in my thoughts, it's nice to go back and look at them. It's kind of like a little story of your life type of a thing. But yeah, journaling is definitely something that a lot of people do.
Yeah, because I know there was this book a while ago. It was called Write It Down, Make It Happen. And, you know, a lot of people are big believers that if you write it down and you kind of put it out there into the universe, it will happen.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in that as well.
Yeah.
So writing down your affirmations or your goals and writing them down as if you've already attained them. So let's just say you want to start an exercise. Maybe it's first thing in the morning or sometime in the day where you write out 10 goals that you have. And you say, I am financially abundant, for example, is one. So you write it as if you already have it. So I am.
Gotcha.
Versus I will have. Because then you're putting... A lot of people are iffy about this and a lot of people love it. But I'm a firm believer in what you put out into the universe is massive. So if you say, I will have something, or if you say, if you keep saying I am in debt, then you're putting that out there to the universe, and the universe is going to give back and say, oh, you're out of debt, or you're in debt, sorry. Okay, well, I guess you're in debt, and you're going to continue being in debt. Obviously, you have to act on it and make things happen in order for these to come to fruition. But I love writing out my even when I'm driving to work, it just puts you in such a great state. I'm having an amazing day. I am healthy internally. I am radiant. Like, I say stuff like that, and it may feel weird at first, but then your vibration just raises, and you feel incredible, and it sets the tone for your day. and you just feel great. I love it. So
Now, all of these things you've talked about, eating healthy, you've talked about working out, you've talked about journaling, and so that's kind of like your mind, body, soul kind of thing that we were talking about at the beginning of the podcast.
Yes.
Talk to me a bit about your company. So Peak Trilogy Performance. I've seen it. I've done the program myself. You were my personal trainer for a while there, and then you ended up going to Nashville, and you're kind of back and forward, which we'll talk about in a second. But Peak Trilogy Performance, tell everybody what that is and how they can be a part of this amazing program.
So Peak Trilogy Performance, peak meaning your highest state, trilogy meaning in threes, and performance meaning just how you're acting, kind of a thing. And so I decided to put that together as the meaning of,
I love it.
of my business, because I try to elevate people in all three aspects of their life, their mind, their body, and their soul, and try to help them reach their peak state through physical activity. I'm not a nutritionist, so I just give a guide of advice of nutrition. But I always say, please go see your doctor or physician.
Yeah.
Make sure what I'm providing for you is good for your body. And so what I offer currently are a home workout program and a gym
cool.
workout program.
That's cool.
So the gym they're both 12 weeks, and they consist of 3 phases. So it's did I say 12 weeks? Yes. It's 12 weeks. Yeah. So it's 3 months, and every single month is a different phase for the gym program. So, and what it consists of is it's a slow progression. So I'll have you go to the gym and you'll be doing certain exercises, and I have videos of showing me do the exercises.
I was going to ask that too. Okay.
Yeah, that way you did the home plan. So, yes, so you can go to the gym, you see how to perform the exercises, so you feel confident going in there. And the first 4 weeks is more, you're going to do a little bit of cardio, you're going to do some strength training, and then it progresses from there. So the second phase, it introduces you to HIIT training, high intensity interval training, which is really, really great for fat loss, for endurance. So it's just a bit of an introduction to it. You'll be doing some HIIT training. For example, let's just say you're doing bicep curls with some dumbbells. You do 10 reps of that, for example. Then you'll stop, and then you'll go into right away doing jumping jacks. So it's just like...
Oh, I thought HIIT training was only for cardio, but this is...
It's HIIT training is like... So your HIIT training can be for cardio, and it can also be for extras, like doing movements and exercise.
Oh, okay.
So let's just say you're doing an exercise.
Okay, so you were saying like the bicep curls?
Like bicep curls. Then you stop and you do jumping jacks for a minute, or 45 seconds or 30 seconds.
Okay.
I'm just giving examples.
Yeah.
And then you stop and you rest for 30 seconds to a minute. Then
Okay.
you start your bicep curls again for another 10.
Right?
Then jumping jacks, then rest.
Oh, so you're getting your heart rate
Yes,
elevated, and then you're stopping.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
that's the
honestly
whole
didn't know
concept
you
of
could
it.
do it with weights. I thought it was just
Yeah.
when you're on the treadmill, you go really fast and then you stop. Then you go really fast. But you can do it
Yeah.
with any...
You can
with
do
weight
it
training
both
as well.
ways.
I
Yes.
didn't know that.
You can do
Cool.
that. I do that as well on the treadmill, where I'll do sprint intervals. So I'm sprinting for a minute, then I walk or speed walk for 30 seconds, then I run, then I walk. Do that for 10 minutes. But you can also change it up and do it into your weightlifting routine as well. So the second phase is introduction to that, to get you used to doing that type of exercise. And then the third phase is when HIIT training is really full gear. So you'll actually start off, your cardio will be the HIIT training, and it's mainly just, it's full body. You don't need a treadmill or anything for it. You just do all these exercises. You do like 10 exercises, 30 seconds each, as hard as you can. Then you rest, or you'll rest in between each exercise.
See,
for a
you were
short
doing that
period
with
of time.
me, and I didn't realize that was like HIIT training.
Yeah.
Okay, so now it all makes sense.
So when you keep your heart, people think, okay, I'm going to go on the treadmill and I'm going to run or jog for 20 minutes and that's it. Like, that's good for my cardio. That is amazing for you, for your cardiovascular health.
Right.
But if you do something like HIIT training, you keep your heart rate elevated and it's constantly up, down, which is actually going to cause you to continue to burn calories when you're finished. If you're doing steady state cardio, which is just jogging for 20 minutes,
Right.
and you stop, that's it. You're done burning calories essentially. And then if you do HIIT training, you're not only going to burn more, you're going to continue burning after you're finished. So it's a game changer.
This is why you are the person to go to for this.
I'm not saying you're not going to lose weight I don't like to say lose weight because the scale can be a whole other bad thing. Losing fat or getting healthy. I'm not saying just going for a jog outside is bad because it's great. I'm just saying.
And like any exercise is good exercise.
Exactly.
But if you have a goal of maybe, losing fat or losing inches, then you're saying that HIIT training is the best way to go in your opinion.
Yes, in my opinion. I've read a lot about it and researched a lot about it, and that tends to be the overall thought on it with a lot of people. So yeah, HIIT training, it's challenging. You're going to be huffing and puffing and wanting to give up, and sometimes you will have to stop, take a breather, but just keep going, push yourself.
Because every body is different.
Yeah.
I know when I was training with you, there's a lot of times where you would push me to my highest level I could go. But one of the good things about you is, I would have to say, I can't do this anymore because my body is different than someone else's body. And with having, I have stage 4 endometriosis, it was sometimes hard to do some of those exercises. And so you were really great at saying, okay, if you cannot do this one, replace it with this one, which made it a lot easier on my stomach. And so that's one thing, like you have a good understanding of, you push, but you're not.
You don't also want to over push, you know
right.
what I mean? Listen
and that's
your
happened
body.
to me before where I've over pushed and hurt my body. And then I don't want to go back and I'm afraid. And I know a lot of other women that have endometriosis won't go to the gym because they're afraid that they don't want to feel that pain. But you have that understanding of that. So I think that's one great thing. So if anybody has endometriosis out there and wants to do this, you're a great resource for going, okay, I've worked with someone who has it and you know what works and what doesn't. So
yeah, I'm willing to, if you would like the program, the home workout program is a little different, but still has the HIIT training as well. You could use bands or I could modify it. So it's just body weight. Of course, if you want to gain the muscle mass, you do need to have some type of weights, whether it's dumbbells or what have you. But there's no negative to exercise. If you're suffering with an illness, of course, it's going to be challenging. And you're going to have days where you can't get out of bed or you won't work out. But that doesn't mean you won't ever do it or you can't tomorrow. I think exercise is great for everyone, no matter if you're elderly, if you're young, if you're a child, if you're a mom, a dad, a single teenager. It's healthy for everyone, no matter what level it is.
Now, if somebody wants to be a part of this program, Peak Trilogy Performance, they can email you to get details on how they can sign up.
Yes. So you can email me at peaktrilogy@gmail.com. And like I said, I do not give a nutrition plan per se. I've been kind of modifying that a little bit. I have different views on that now because I find, just a quick snippet of this, I find what I have found is giving people macros, which is your fats, your proteins, and your carbs. Being restrictive with that can be very challenging. So I'm trying to alter it so it's just calories that you're focused on. Right. Because if you do want to lose fat, you do need to be in a caloric deficit, which means you're eating less than what you are burning off. So I'm modifying that. But yes.
But like you said, every body's different. So it's going to be hard for you to say, what works for you, Sam, will work for someone else. So, I think just giving a broad scale, and I mean, even what you've said today makes so much sense in terms of food and nutrition. So I think that's amazing. You've done a lot of hard work with this, I know. So
yeah, it's exciting. And I love the fact that I provided videos. I think that's very helpful for people too, because they're like, what is this exercise? I have no idea how to do it. So at least you don't feel intimidated. You have videos to follow through and a program to follow. You can print it off, bring it with you to the gym. People do that. Who cares? Bring a paper with you.
Yeah. I'm
write
do
down
that now.
your stuff. Who cares? And I want to help change lives in the best way I can through health and fitness. and I hope you would feel intrigued and send me an email.
And what's really great about this program too is that literally you can do it from anywhere in the world, and you are so busy because you're constantly traveling. You were in Nashville recently, you were in Florida, and so if you are someone that's busy and says I have no time, well, you can, because you can do it from pretty much anywhere. So that's another great reason to take this program as well, because you yourself know what it's like to travel a lot, and Florida, Nashville. Let's talk about that for a second. You are a world traveler. What's going on there?
So my man is a musician. You know him. His name is Brian Mello.
Brian Mello. We love him here at Sam Cooke Live. Hamiltonian.
Yes.
Winner
of Canadian Idol.
And just an overall amazing man.
I'm very, very blessed. Such an incredible human being. And I've been so grateful to have this journey with him and be a part of his life. And I travel a lot. He is from Hamilton, obviously, but he moved to Nashville with his band, his bandmates. And so I go there often to visit as much as I can. Cool. I was there in the summertime. I was just there a couple weeks ago. So I travel a lot to be with him. We've had a long distance relationship going on 4 years now.
Is that tough?
It's tough. It is tough. What's great is we went into the relationship knowing how it would be, and we let our relationship grow organically before we became a couple. That's a whole other story, but it's tough. It's getting harder as the months go by, for sure. As the years go by, we're kind of ready for that next step of being together, but we're not forcing it either. We're waiting to see what happens. It's a hard industry, so we're waiting to see what happens in Nashville. Okay. And if he's on the show, you guys could talk a bit about that.
I think we need Brian Mello on this show. Can we make that happen?
Yes. Are you kidding?
Oh,
it's going to be
I ever wanted, but life is that
got in the way.
Is that close?
Yes.
I'm not a singer, but I know Brian Mello's music.
We'll get him definitely on the show.
That would be really cool.
He can tell you all about the life as a musician and the struggles, the great things, and all in between. So yeah,
that would be amazing. Now, is Brian Mello kind of understanding of your business and of eating healthy and of working out and journaling and yoga? Does he do all of those things with you?
Yes,
he does.
He's actually a huge inspiration for that. He is incredible, inspiring person. So I've always been into health and fitness my entire life, and I've done journaling and all that and meditating here and there. But when I met him is when I really started elevating my game with that, because he would do it all the time.
Really?
All the time. He's always journaling. He's always writing out his goals. He's always finding...
Really?
Yeah. He's always finding ways to grow.
You know what? I just don't hear of a lot of males doing that.
Yeah. He on his mirror in his bathroom, he has Post-it notes of affirmations. And so when he goes to the bathroom every morning to brush his teeth, he's staring at these affirmations, and he says it to himself while he's reading it. And he's just such an amazing person. So he's done my program, and he exercises, and so Brian, his sister's husband, and myself just started an Instagram page called 4 Journeys to Fit. So she's a mom, so is he. Obviously me and Brian are just a couple, but he's a musician and I'm a fitness trainer / teacher. So we decided to do this page where the 4 of us are just putting out our fitness journeys and how it is for each of us.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
What's it called again? Say what it is.
4 Journeys to Fit.
Like
4 Journeys to Fit. So
I love it.
Yeah, it's great. So it's just showing, we're just putting ourselves out there for ourselves and to push ourselves to follow through, and also hoping to inspire people along the way. So he's super into health and fitness as well. So it's great. And just growing together is so important.
Yeah.
Even as a person in general, you should always strive to grow. You should never stop growing in any avenue of your life.
Yeah, that's a great piece of advice. It really is. Now, I want to ask you, when I wrap up the show, I always ask my guests to name 3 things that they're grateful for. I'm just wondering, what are 3 things that you are grateful for?
Oh, wow. That's a small list. of things to be grateful for because there's so much.
I know.
But I would say first and foremost, I am grateful for my ability to be here with you and to help inspire people through your podcast and having your beautiful presence in my life.
Thank you.
I am grateful for my ability to live the life that I dream of having, which is being the healthiest version of myself. I'm able to just live my life. I don't know how to say this. Basically, I'm grateful for my health and being able to live my life the way I intend to. And I am very grateful for all the love I'm surrounded with and that I have in my life, because that is what makes life worth living, is giving love and receiving love from those that you care about and love about so much. So yeah, I guess those would be the 3 things I'm grateful for.
I love it. Thank you so much for popping by Sam Cook Live. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Come back anytime. You can come back with Brian Mello if you want to. We would love that. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. And again, tell everybody one more time where they can email you for Peak Trilogy Performance.
You can find me at Peak Trilogy. Sorry, you can email me at peaktrilogy@gmail.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. It's been so amazing.
I'm going to try and go to the gym.
And keep watching her stuff because she's awesome. Like, you are incredible. You're such an amazing human being. So thank you so, so much.
And so are you. Thank you.
Sam Squared signing out. Peace and love.